So, hello and welcome everyone to the third edition of For the Love of Emails Thursdays, brought to you by Netcore Cloud. And today's session, as you may have guessed, is on drip campaigns and how do they add value to your email journeys. And we're going to see, a little correlation between drip campaigns and the way you invest in blue chip stocks and how they're both value investing. So let's get on to it. Before that, a little bit about myself. I'm Tejas Pitkar. Hello. I'm a senior product evangelist at Netcore Cloud. And today we are going to have a really good agenda ahead of us. So let's talk about what we have in store for the rest of our session. Firstly, we start with what are automated drips, or what are drip emails in general, and what is the importance in crafting those drip emails and setting your customers on the journey. Then we go down to how can drip emails be used to, if you're selling any kind of online products, then how can they lead to, your customers discovering your products from your drips and then eventually taking them on that journey to finally getting a purchase from them. And then we go on to, an example of, say, designing a simple drip campaign for onboarding your customers after they have signed up on your company's website, like a welcome series. What should be an ideal welcome series drip? And we finally end with a very powerful technique, which I'm going to, unveil today, called email Microns, and how they give tremendous results from their drip emails. From what we have observed, it's a proven and tested experiment, and we're going to show you the results today. So let's get on with it. First of all, let's first discover what are drips. Now, for an email marketer, they all talk about automated journeys, they talk about triggered emails, but what are drip emails? So drip emails and triggered emails are a bit different. Triggered emails are basically emails that work on some kind of user action that is taken, and then the next email is triggered based on that user event. Whereas drip emails can be the independent set of, 5 or 6 campaigns that you have set at preset time intervals, to inspire some kind of a specific action from the user. For example, you are a B2B brand and you want, your potential customer to sign up for a demo request with you. So how do you design a set of, a drip campaigns, short drip campaigns, to get them to discover your product and then subtly take them to the final destination, which is signing up a demo with your product. So a drip campaign can be used that way, where you just have an independent set of emails that you send with some preset time intervals without any user action involved in this one. Now, why do I say that they are value investing? Because they're just like blue chip stocks. Now, as Warren Buffett says that, you just have to invest in really good companies and blue chip stocks and, just buy and hold for a really long period of time, because the results will keep on coming. You will get the returns. It's just that it will take a little bit of time. So I think drip campaigns with that analogy are a little bit similar, where you will not get results overnight from your campaigns, but they will be very gradual and they will be consistent. So, they will yield results gradually as some phase, but it will definitely be because of providing some kind of value to the customers. So the trick to getting results from drip campaigns is to provide value and then, ask the customer to take any specific action that you want them to take. The value should be at the center of your entire drip strategy. Now, drip campaigns are, just like blue chip stocks, as I said, that they take, some time for you to get the results. It can be compared to an SEO page that you design for your website. It's a very high performing SEO page, but once you design an SEO page and it starts ranking on Google, you don't get results overnight, but slowly and steadily it becomes the best performing page for you and your website. And that's how drip campaigns generally are. They also save you a lot of time and cost, because it's just a one-time implementation. And, just like blue chip stocks, you buy them and then you forget about them, keep on checking them periodically, how they're doing. That's how drip campaigns work as well. You set them once and they keep on, getting delivered at preset time intervals. and you just have to review them periodically on how they're performing. So, what are some of the key benefits of these drip campaigns? Now, first of all, it's a set of emails that you're sending, right? But since you're providing a lot of value in those emails, so how will you be providing value to them? For example, I want someone to come to my website and sign up for a demo for my product. Now, what I'll be doing is for the first few set of drip campaigns, I'll be sending them some kind of content resources, get them educated on the products that they want to explore, and try to redirect them to the website. Ask them to explore some of the products, try the features themselves, set up a trial account, and so that is going to involve a lot of specific actions that I want the users to take in each of those trips, and that will mean a lot of engagement that will definitely come because if you're segmenting your audience and you know that this is the right relevant type of segment that you should be targeting the script to, they will definitely be interested because the content will be customized for them. So you will get a lot of engagement from them, a recurring sort of engagement because it will be over a series of say 7 or 8 emails, and they are also very time efficient for you because as I said before, you just have to set them once, and you don't have to keep on creating a new campaign every time, like a broadcast campaign. And then, all the time and resources that go into creating 7 or 8 campaigns. It's just a one-time work, and you can keep on getting the results, whether it's clicks, whether it's conversions over the period of time. Now, another benefit is that, as I said before, it's all about hand-holding with the customer in terms of them discovering the product that you wish to sell, and then subtly taking them to finally having a transaction with you. So it's all about nurturing the customers. It's all about the journey of building a relationship with your customers, trying to get them from curiosity to interested to engaged, and to finally become a regular customer of yours. So it's also a way of transitioning your customers in your sales and marketing funnels, and trying to get them from being just leads to actually becoming your paid customers. Also, it helps you to build a lot of loyalty, obviously, because drip campaigns are say triggered over a period of say 1 day or 2 days. So if you make them really interested in your emails, they will look forward to the next one always. And there was a really great tip that recently I read on drip campaigns, and which was that always leave your drip emails with a cliffhanger. Every email should lead to the next email. Your customer should always be very interested and expecting your next email to read. So that this kind of relationship that you build with them over a series of emails, that builds a lot of loyalty. And finally, when they are totally sold out on your product, and they decide to go for the demo request, or decide to start becoming a premium member of your product, or they start purchasing your products if they're an online store, that builds a lot of loyalty. So drips are a way of getting the customer to that destination, and making them into regular customers. Now, how do you enhance your drip strategy in order to hit that bullseye? First of all, is that before you even design your first drip campaign, you need to have a set of quantifiable goals. Like, for example, what is your goal for your drip campaign? Is it going to be getting 100 signups within the first month or within the first 3 months? Is it going to be getting a certain number of click rates or click to open rates? So that opens many website sessions for you. How many website sessions do you want to happen? Or is it just a simple where you're trying to get someone to subscribe to your newsletter? So how many subscriptions are you targeting? So it's all about defining that goal and then working backwards and reverse engineering on your drip campaigns in order to get to that goal. So the goal should be very quantifiable. And the second part is, of course, you cannot send drips to your entire mailing list. I mean, you will have a set of customers that you maybe collect your preferences from your sign up form, where, for example, there's an online health store which caters to vegans, ketos, novel diets as well. Now you will have different kind of segments your customers who will be interested in certain products only, for example, vegan products, then there will be those which are tagged as vegan, and you will only try to design some kind of web campaigns to them only for vegan products, or a theme of that emails will be on veganism and not really for the other ones. So there will be some kind of segmentation that you will have to look for in order to design the relevant audience for you, because if this is triggered to a generic audience, it will not really work. So segmentation based on, it could be based on propensity models of which users are more likely to purchase from you. And you can take the help of a lot of AI-based tools, like we have Raman at Netcore, which provides you these insights that which users have a certain propensity to either engage with you or to purchase from you, or who are most likely to churn out. So you can design drips, that way for those customers. So a level of segmentation is very necessary for identifying the right segment to trigger those drip emails. The last one is, now I think I see a lot of emails which are highly personalized. Sometimes they are personalized based on, for example, you go to a website and you browse some products, and immediately an email is triggered to you from that domain of that website, which says that, oh, we saw you browsing this product, and that's why we are offering you these products. Now, this could come off as really creepy in some instances. So, the hyper personalization that we talk about has become like a norm, but I think sometimes it can really give off a negative customer experience. So instead of personalization, I also recommend that you humanize your content. As in, for example, we are still going through a pandemic globally. So why not you make your emails more about thanking your customers for staying with your brand for 1 year. Recently, I got an email from a brand, an online e-commerce brand, which thanked me for being the customer through some really hard times, which that business went through, but I still stuck through as a customer for a year. So they gave me some discount based on that. So these are some positive vibes that you can put into your emails, rather than just personalize to the customer, personalize your subject lines, personalize your content. Of course, that is all, you can do that in a level, but right now what is really required is some kind of an empathy and care that you can show. So write those drip emails as a way of writing to your friend, rather than writing for some head of the family or something like that. So these are three techniques that you can use in order to enhance your strategies using those drip emails. Now, one instance of, say, for example, you want to design a drip campaign, a set of 5 or 6 emails for welcoming your new customers. How will you go through that? Now, if you look at this flow chart, there's first of all a sign up form where you will collect very detailed preferences of all your customers, so that you can profile them and categorize them into various segments according to the likes and preferences. Now, the way I will go through with this is that, first of all, try to give them what they want, as I said. So, your customers must have signed up for you expecting some kind of a particular content from you. So your first welcome email should be all about, of course, you should welcome the customer. Thanks for becoming a customer. But then you should try to provide them what they're looking from the very first email, which could mean that, for example, if they're looking for, if you're an online, say, grooming product, and for men's grooming, and I get these emails all the time. So if you're offering them a welcome, then maybe, of course, your potential customers could be, the male type, and they might be requiring some kind of razors or any grooming accessories. So try to provide them some information on those accessories in the very first email, along with the welcome, and then tell them what is going to be the kind of content that they can expect from you over the next few weeks. So make it very clear with them that this is what you're going to get from us, and this is what you exactly signed up. Now, the next part is about, the next email that I will say is, of course, you welcome them, but they do not yet know in depth about your brand. What does your brand exactly offer that other brands don't? What is your specialty? So just tell them, what does your brand exactly do? What's your brand growth story like? And what are the advantages that you offer over the brands? Maybe it's better service, maybe it's better quality of products. So try to craft your emails in such a way that it adds a lot of value to them signing up with you, and they realize that there are a lot of benefits with sticking to your plan. So that could be the second email that you can send. The third email, or you can include that in the second email as well, is providing them a discount on making a first purchase. Because ultimately, if you're an online store, you need revenue. That's the way you work. So you need them to purchase something from you from the very first or second email, and try to provide them a very friendly email in a way that as if you're talking to a friend and you're trying to ask them to make an early purchase on the product that you require, that we talked about in the last email, and maybe display some popular products that you have, and provide that really genuine discount to them, because that is going to be the first purchase. And there's a stat that almost 50% of those customers who make the first purchase, they go for the second purchase if they're very satisfied with the product. Then I will go for maybe you can display your most popular products to them, which are very high sellers, the best sellers in your category of grooming, and you can provide them that in the fourth email. Of course, when you're providing them the products, for example, the grooming company that used to send me the welcome set of series of emails, I was offered a razor from the company, but then, of course, like every other customer, I'll think, why should I buy this razor? What is the advantage of buying this razor or any other razors that are available, which are more cheaper than yours actually? So they used to send me an educational email about, why should you buy this razor? What are the benefits of a razor, and how can you have a clean shave? How can you take care better of your skin? What's a perfect skincare routine? They used to provide me a total educational email that I used to enjoy reading actually, because you don't get this information that easily anywhere, or you have to watch some really long videos for that. So if I'm getting that on an email, I'll just read it over here. And that actually got me thinking that these people actually know what they're selling and how to best use their products, and that actually encouraged me to keep waiting for the next email and what they're going to send me. So as I said, like, segment your customers based on different preferences, not just engagement, but I would say also based on what kind of products is this person interested in that they have provided that information to us in the sign up form, or are they more likely to just be passive customers? They're not interested in any particular product, they're just interested in generic a generic set of products that we can offer them anything, or is this customer only interested in one set of products? What is their propensity to buy? What is the propensity to churn out? Are they not opening or clicking on our emails? What is that engagement going on with them? So think about all of this, and don't just put all of your drip customers into one basket. And the last email that I will first look at these 5 emails and the engagement activity, and then finally I will think about, okay, fine, who have bought, from our company with that discount coupon, or they have gone and explored a website and they bought any product, or who haven't yet done a purchase with us. And then I can just trigger a plain text email to them saying, we have been in touch with you for the last few weeks, but you haven't gone ahead with any kind of purchase. And if you're looking at still purchasing any of your products and you're still in some kind of uncertainty about buying them, these are some frequently asked questions by our users, and these are the reviews, and this is how you can figure out what you're looking for. So that's a really nice gesture to actually provide to them the opportunity that we know that you're not bought yet, but if you're having any kind of second thoughts, then this is the way to know more about our product and know more about our company and go ahead with the purchase. So then I'll finally look at what was that last email on the frequently asked questions. Was it clicked? Because there are a lot of CTAs on it. If they were clicked, yes, then okay, this customer is clearly interested in us, and we should try to send them regular emails. We should pull them out of that welcome series. If they have not yet engaged with us on any of those emails, then they are definitely in need of some reactivation, and reactivation starts very early in the customer journey. So put them in the reactivation basket, start sending them different kind of content, maybe with more discounts in order to get them interested, ask them for feedback on what they will like to receive from you since they have not been engaging with you till now. And, you know, then after a period of time, maybe send them, once they engage with you, send them that frequently asked question email because you still want to get that purchase. So this is just a sort of a template that you can say for onboarding new customers. And this is the way you can design your drip image for that purpose. Now there are many other strategies that are always used for drip emails, like there are drip emails done for reactivation of customers. Like over here, we can say, where we're thinking about reactivating those customers, there are different drip emails just written for that. There are drip emails written for B2B as well, in order to convert leads into final customers, pertaining that you have the permission to email them. So these are just some of the templates that we can provide you, and you can form your own basis of creating your drip emails based on them. Now let's talk about email microns. This is a very proven and tested email technique for drips that we have developed here at Netcore. And so there was a leading insurance company in India who is a customer, and we decided to use this technique with them in order to increase their engagement of the campaign. So they were getting a lot of low engagement. Most of the customers were not really responding to the campaigns. They were becoming dormant. We needed to really reactivate them, re-engage them in some way. So we decided, why not we categorize those customers into different segments according to what we can target them, the kind of content that we can, tailor to them. And then let's just start sending them these short and crisp emails. This could be a series of 5 emails that we send them. Short as in like maybe less than 200 words each email, and with a particular intent in each one of them. Some could be just adding value. Some could be educating them about the life insurance policies that we wish to, pitch to them. So these were some kind of you can say a kind of reactivation campaigns that we sent them, but these were very short and crisp emails, a series of 5 emails that we sent to those customers. Now, the email was sent at a very regular interval. So it was an interval of 2 days each that we used to trigger one email to them. And it was a very, as I said before, these were a series of 6 emails. The first one was trying to define if we are going to, send them over the next 5 emails. So we are just setting the agenda for them. And we are also telling them that in order to, distinguish our emails as separate, we are also going to include a little micron sign in the subject line. So you will know that this email is from us and that this email is value adding to you, and you can just skim it in under less than 30 seconds and you are done with getting your information. So we focused on this drip series on educating the customers on the insurance policies, or trying to explore different products for them, but trying to just provide a lot of value on why they should be choosing this kind of policy. Now, of course, the audience was curated, as I said before, they were segmented. Was a very highly deep level segmentation that we had used in order to send to only those potential users who we knew they would respond to these campaigns in some way, and they were interested in buying this life policy. So we consulted the marketers of this life insurance policy in order to design those segments. We used a lot of AI level segments using Raman from our product, and that gave us a lot of leverage in getting to the right set of customers. Now we also try to personalize to every segment, but personalizing as in we personalize the the content for that particular segment, and not really trying to personalize every other aspect of the email. But we did it to a level where the potential customer knew that this was a one-on-one email which was sent to them. It was very relevant to what they were looking out for. Now, so as you can see on the right side, these were a series of very short emails that we sent, less than 200 words, and with a very clear and bold CTA in every email. And as you can see that since sending those emails, in a matter of 2 weeks or so, we got an uplift in active users. Those dormant users, which had been ignoring our emails till now, they got reactivated, they got engaged with these emails. because these were very short to read and they provided a lot of value to them. And the number of active users increased to 2.44 times the number before. So we were almost managed to reactivate twice the number of users that we had lost before. Now, there was also another result that we got from it, was that there was an 88% uplift in your active customers, by implementing that Micron series. So we managed to convert some of those customers for that brand as well into active paying customers. So that was a huge revenue uplift for that brand. And the kind of KPIs that we set for these campaigns were mostly on the click to open rate and how many customers were we able to re-engage totally from this series. So it was not based on just open rates, because right now, as you can see with the Apple Mail privacy protection, there's a lot of pixel blocking going on, and open rates are, they're kind of being exaggerated right now. So you don't really know how much percentage of users are actually opening your emails. But you can definitely look at other performance metrics which actually show your customer intent, like clicks, conversions, reactivations, in order to observe the actual performance of your Micron series. That's what we did. And we identified a campaign category, which was getting very low engagement before, because probably that was just a series of broadcast campaigns that were sent to those users, and they were, not really adding any kind of value. They were a lot verbose earlier. So we tried to shorten them, made them really crisp with really clear, bold CTAs and really good design. And we started sending them the series of 5 emails. And we got these kind of really amazing results. So as I said before, we increased the reactivated customers by 2.44 times. And we were able to bring some really amazing results for this brand. So you can try this out as well. It's called Email Microns. And we have done this kind of experiments with other brands. There are some experiments which are still continuing right now, and we're getting a lot of success from the series of 5 or 6 very short emails that we are sending. These don't need to be triggered by any kind of specific user action. As I said, this can be just based on preset time intervals that you can set your small emails, and you can set them at an interval of, say, 2 days for each email. So that was all in a very short session today, but I'm almost running out of time. So I'm ready to take any questions that you might have right now. So taking one question there, how many drip emails should we be looking at for crafting for a B2C customer journey? It totally depends on the business model that you have. I've seen drips which have been targeted to me from e-commerce stores, which are like 10 emails at the time till I make the purchase. But there are some, like the email Micron drips that I just showed you, which were just 5 or 6 emails that have been triggered. So if you have a series of 10 emails, you don't have to really send those 10 emails. If you can condense them into 5 emails and make them short, it's going to be really more effective. But as I said, it totally depends on your business model and how you wish to go through it. There will be a sweet spot that you will have to see after testing and sending the initial drips. Another question, how do you get other channels which are involved in conjunction with emails for drips? Yeah, I think that's a good question, because I always see that email is used as a problem solver for every other business problem that a marketer might have. And I think there are other channels as well that can be used as an omni-channel strategy. For example, right now, if you look at it, there was a recent article I read by Facebook where it said that almost, I think, half of the online revenue came from Facebook for the holiday season, where the users were able to discover the products on Facebook or on their partner websites, and then they were able to go to transaction. So in this way, social media can also become a really good channel to experiment along with your emails. For example, now there's a lot of user-generated content where you get a lot of emails showing you user testimonials, or they want you to post with the products and tag the company on social media, or use some kind of other channels like um, there's a lot of social media apps like this Instagram, this Facebook, this Twitter. There's that push, there's app push. So these all can work and complement email as well if you use them really smartly. So yeah, I think an omni-channel strategy can work along with the social media strategy. Uh, see. So there's a question here that in a B2B scenario, what should be done if there is no response or there's no open from the customers after the very first trip? So yeah, as I said before, opens will also be a very vain metric to look at in terms of drip campaigns, because just opening your email doesn't mean the customer is going to take some kind of action. So rather than that, look at some performance matrix like say clicks in order to determine if this customer is really interested in your product or not. So if you don't get a click from the very first campaign, that does not mean that you should not send the next few emails. Maybe the first email they skimmed through, maybe they opened it, they read it, maybe they didn't read it, maybe a subject line didn't work for them. But try for some shorter emails, the next email, and try to add some value to what they're really looking at. The one thing that has really worked in B2B scenarios is where you try to solve the problems of your potential customers. For example, if we are as we are in ESP, if you want to get a potential customer on board, then what is a potential marketer looking at? They're looking at solving some of the delivery issues, or they're looking at solving, the basic email marketing fundamentals, designing a basic email program. Now, what if you had content based on all of these issues and you try to solve it to them and you give it to them in your very first dip and said, hey, you know what? These are the kind of problems that normal marketers face, and we have some resources in order to help you with them. So please check them out and let us know what you feel. Replying to emails, asking for some kind of questions has also seemed to be a very powerful strategy. And I've seen a lot of YouTube influencers do this where I know of an influencer who sends a series of drip emails. They are not opted in, but they are prospecting. But he adds so much value in his content that you always look forward to the next email. He gives content for free in the very first few emails. He signs you up for free. He provides a lot of tips and strategies that you're looking for, very high level expert tips. So all of these things make you go for expecting the next few emails, and then you just become a fan of those people, and you just started following them. Maybe they pitch you with some products as well, and if you see them fit because they've added so much value to you, you go for the purchase. So I will say go for the next few drips, next few drip emails, sorry, and see how it goes. Are there any other questions? Nope. Don't see any other questions right now. So yeah, we're definitely out of time. So before we go, there's a little plug-in. So the next session coming up in this For the Love of Emails Thursday series is going to be based on interactive emails, supercharging your email engagement. This will be done by Alok Kumar, who's a customer success manager. And by interactive emails, of course, you know what I mean. It's AMP in emails. And as I described today, the process of drip emails, in order to encourage more interactivity from your audience, you can definitely use AMP in emails to do that, where you can make the customer do several actions inside the inbox itself, inside your emails, like take reviews, take polls, provide feedback, provide a survey, or browse your online catalog right across inside your emails. So all this can be done with AMP in emails, and you're going to know a lot about it in this session. So please register now, and the session will be on the 18th of November, as you see, at the same time, 6 p.m. on a Thursday. It's For the Love of Emails Thursdays. Thank you so much for those who tuned in. I hope you got some really good practical implementations today on developing your drip campaigns, and I hope you can start using them and implementing them right away for your programs. Thank you very much. This is Tejas signing off.